Your gut affects everything, even your mood. So Ollie created 2 brand new products to take care of your insides. Ollie Big 10 Probiotic has 10 strains of probiotics, their most ever, to support a healthy gut microbiome, immune system, and stress response. And Ollie Super Good Superfoods delivers 15 superfoods in tasty gummy form. Find them at ollie.com and exclusively at Walmart.
Ollie!
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
No one has the balls to stand up like I'm doing right now. Stop the crap already. We're all Americans. We're all equal. I don't see black. I don't see Asian. I don't see anything but American. Welcome to Bo Dietl's One Tough Podcast. Well, I'm going to be out next week. I'm going to try to find something over in Italy there. Maybe my money that's owed for me from the Gumbaz. I don't know. But I'm going to be taking a trip over there. I hope there's no world war with Putin when I'm away. I'll feel like, I'm missing something. But the reality right now is what's going on in our city streets. Walking over here today, I tell you, it's like an armed encampment. All you do is you got about 10,000 cops in uniform. There's got to be a better way of doing this thing. And my opinion is, UN, we don't need you. Why don't you go to another city? Go somewhere in Arizona where you don't impair my traffic. How dare you tell me that I can't drive down a certain street? How dare you tell me all these abadabadoo guys from all these countries all over the place, all they do is come to New York. All they do is take all my reservations, my best restaurants. All they do, they ran out of hookers. I saw them on the west side. They're over there by the tunnel. They got those translucents, transvestite lights, whatever they are. They're trying to get hookers. There's no hookers left in New York. So now they're moving around. But all I can tell you right now is that this is a total sham. Last night I left my office on 5th Avenue, 41st Street, and I was going uptown, the Upper East Side. I was on Madison Avenue. All of a sudden, I get to 45th Street. They shut down Madison Avenue. Shut it down for 45 minutes because the schmuck in charge is over at the Four Seasons, and they close 58th Street, 59th Street. Why can't they let this fool through? Get this fool through. Get him into the hotel. Take a Sominex. Let him go to sleep. Why should I be impaired? Why is my life being disturbed by this friggin' moron in president? And you don't want to know something? Hundreds of them that are there, and what's happening is that they're standing around. This could be done in a better way, and this has been going on for years. And these, what do you call those things? When they think that they are so important, they're not important. Half of them commit crimes because they have this immunity. They raping women, robbing people. We can't even lock these people up. These are criminals. They walk around like they're very important with 15 people walking in groups all over New York City. Get out of my city, all right? Go home already. I don't want to see you. I got nothing to do. Why don't you use the Zoom and stay the hell in your countries where you belong? Stay out of my city. Go to Arizona. I am really upset. Every year, all my life, this is what they do this time of year. I don't care about them. I care about one thing, about us living our lives in New York and the crime problem. And we know what's going on. How cool was that? That axe man. He carries an axe to chop trees down and motorists. Oh, he's the Axeman of New York. And now, all of a sudden, Hochul, she's starting to realize, oh, I have to do something about the Axeman. Hey, Hochul, now you want to put friggin' cameras on the subway? Okay, Hochul, that would be real good. You'll have a videotape of a guy robbing, stabbing, raping, beating up. And then what do you do next, Hochul? You'll put it out there, and then they'll arrest him, possibly, when he gets arrested the next time, because half of them are arrested 50, 60 times. And then what do you do, Hochul? You let him out. So stop acting like a fool. You are Empress Ming, Snaggletooth Hochul. Now, because Lee Zeldin's climbing up and starting to come close, all of a sudden, you're becoming tough on crime. You said it all when you said you didn't have the numbers. You didn't have the statistics to qualify to revamp this bail reform. You're a fool. Statistics, a guy arrested 105 times. Statistics, every person arrested with a gun, they're going right out the door. You're supposed to be the governor. You're supposed to be leading this state. Gun arrest. I told you, and I told your people a long time ago, if the DAs can't do it and the judges can't do it, Let's federally prosecute these gun people. Because if you're a convicted felon under the federal law, again, I say it, you'll get 10-year minimum. Now we'll see those guns disappear. And now the criminals know one thing. The criminals know there ain't nothing you're going to do to them. Now they've gone so far. I've watched some of these videos. It's so horrible. I just walked in here today. All the cops are saying hello to me and all that. And I look at them and I'm saying to myself, and I say to them, I feel sorry for you. Get your time in and retire. That's why everyone's leaving the New York City Police Department, because Hochul, again, Mayor Adams is standing there talking tough. I can't believe Mayor Adams. I'm a little pissed off at you, Eric. You stood with that fool, the man that took this city for 8 years, Big Bird de Blasio, and you guys were hanging out together? That garbage can, you know where I would have him hanging out? I'd hang him out in the dog kennel. He robbed this city. He's a criminal. And Eric, you want to catch what he's got? Please. You ran as mayor of New York City. You are mayor of New York City. A couple of weeks ago, we had dinner. I told you, you can turn this city around. You got to be jumping out, jumping ugly with this governor, jumping ugly with this bail reform. You have a milk box that you're standing on. You're the mayor of the greatest city in the world, Eric Adams. Please make this city safe for us. Please make this city safe for our children and our grandchildren. You know what's going on. And then Hochul now, because she sees Zeldin's getting close. Oh, I want to be prosecuting crimes. Every crime that people are being arrested, and she says, oh, the police officers will make a determination of what crime. Bullcrap. They can't do anything. The DA's office tell them if you lock somebody up in a robbery, they downgrade it to a grand larceny. If you lock up someone for assault with a weapon, they downgrade it to a misdemeanor suit. You're a fool if you don't know what's going on there, Hochul. And you're supposed to be the CEO of this state. And if you're so much of a fool, you don't realize one thing. They downgrade every crime, and it ain't the cops' fault because they're not allowed to do their jobs. The judges, you got to step up, Hochul, and let judges make a determination on bail. You've got to step up, Hochul, and show that you have something in your gut to reform this bail reform, because right now we're going into a sewer. And if this one gets a snaggletooth, Hochul gets elected as governor again, we are finished. Hochul has to go. Lee Zeldin has to be elected. Otherwise, we're finished. New York City's finished. Pack it up, baby. And that's what people are doing, packing it up. She talks about, oh, now she's getting crime because she starts to look at the polls, and the polls are drawing close. And then she runs those damn lies on TV. Name the 4 cops that were killed on January 6th, Snaggletooth. Name the 4 cops that were killed at the Capitol on January 6th. You can't. You're a damn liar, Hochul. And I'll tell you that to your face with those phony eyebrows, those Empress Ming eyebrows that come up near your forehead. Why don't you use another magic marker to make them a little higher? You disgust me, that's all. I really am angry today. I'm sorry for being so loud today, but you know, even you could look at Schmuck Schumer, my senator there, that moron. The other day he was on there and he said, he slipped out there and he says, oh, I think the Republicans are going to maybe take the Congress. I pray to God, and I hope, what else, Schumer? I hope they take the Senate and throw your plug head right the hell out of being the Speaker of the Senate. And he goes, you know what? He even said, the Speaker, if she loses her job, she wants to be the ambassador to Italy. She wants to walk around with her little string bikini at 90 years old with her big boobies hanging out there, walking around with a little string bikini with meatballs and spaghetti. She must smell something in the air as far as defeat, because she's talking already about being the ambassador to Italy. You know what? I'd like her to be an ambassador to Italy. Get her the hell out of here. That's what I feel about that. And you know what? It just goes on and on. And then the corruption factor. Are we blind? Or is just the New York Post the only paper that prints all about what's going on? $647 million. $647 million. No bid contract. Emergency contract. If that was a Republican, they'd be hanging him from the highest tree. Hochul there, all of a sudden, mysteriously, she got $300,000 from the same fool with this fundraising thing. And nobody's questioning it. Nobody's questioning this at all. And it's just, it's killing me that no one cares. This guy here, and I'd like to investigate him, Charlie Telby, Tebele. Yeah, all we're saying is they paid almost $266 million more than they should have for these tests. I wondered, when we had the pandemic, I always wondered one thing. I wondered why every friggin' block had a little hut. COVID test for free. Free. Now I'm realizing something. The city let them give these tests, and they were banging the city out for almost $15 a test when they could have cost $5 a test. You certainly could have put it out for a bid. Every time I go for a bid, I got to put an RFP proposal in there. And God knows I'm not a minority. I don't know why I'm not a minority. I got 3% black in me. I should be a minority. My mother was born in Sicily. I should be a minority. But they go, well, Bo, it's going to be a minority company that will get the contract. So don't even bother bidding. This is what we're facing in life. It kills me. It really kills me. Now, the great thing last week was when I listened to stupid AOC, the bartender pretending to be a congresswoman. All of a sudden she goes, she wants to charge the people, she wants to charge the two governors from Texas and Florida with kidnapping these illegal immigrants there and putting them on midnight flights to Martha's Vineyard and to New York City. But where is everybody when they were putting them on the midnight planes that were going up to Westchester County? Duh. These people were happy to come to New York City. They're happy to go to Martha's Vineyard. And then all my liberal friends up there, including Obama, and all my liberal friends up there, these liberal value people, well, if you like the immigrants so much, why don't you invite them into your friggin' houses? You got 19 bathrooms, 19 bedrooms. Let these poor people come and welcome. They welcome them for about 5 minutes. Then they go like this. They pick up the phone. You better get them out of here. Send them to a military base. Yeah, if people are not recognizing this, I don't understand something like that.
Hey guys, finding the perfect gift for the food lover in your life is easy. Thanks to Goldbelly. Goldbelly ships America's most iconic foods straight from world-famous restaurants right to your door. So if you want to treat someone to Joe's Stone Crab from Miami, Franklin Barbecue from Texas, or desserts from famous foodies like Ina Garten or Martha Stewart, Goldbelly has you covered with free shipping anywhere in the country. Just go to goldbelly.com and for a limited time, get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's promo code GIFT.
The other day, I was out at the Great Sabonic Golf Course. I was playing golf with my friend, the astronaut, Greg Olson. Multi-billionaire, self-made guy, cool guy, very real guy, hard-working guy, a electrical physicist with patents, great guy. So I'm playing with my liberal lawyer friend, who's my friend for 40 years almost, and he's very left, to the left of Edward Kennedy. And then we started playing golf, we had dinner, and then you want to know something? By the end of dinner, I said right out to him, I said, very simple, Jeff. You really feel as though, I know you're a Democrat, I know you're a liberal, but you really feel as though you support what's going on. I said, Jeff, just imagine, God forbid, he has a lovely daughter. Your daughter's the victim of a rape or a robbery or assault or something. Would you be feeling this way? You'll be outraged. Well, I tell you what, everybody's going to be outraged because you will be a victim. Your children, your grandchildren, somebody's going to be a victim in your family, and it's going to be too late because you want Snaggletooth in there, Hochul. If she gets reelected, it's too late. By the end of the night, my friend Jeff said to me, you know what, Bo? I think you convinced me. Now, this is an ultra-liberal, but one thing he did say, well, you'll never convince my wife. This is the problem. All these liberal Democrats don't want to look at the reality. If you're happy with what's going on in New York City and across this country with the people spitting on cops, with you not being able to walk around safely, then you vote for Snaggletooth Hochul. Empress Ming. But if you want to change, the only change we're going to have in this state is by electing Lee Zeldin. Is Lee Zeldin a firebrand? Is he like Sid, Bo? Is he a guy out there yelling and screaming like I do? But you know what? I yell and scream and I tell facts. And the reality is Lee Zeldin is the only person that can turn this wave around. If we miss this bus and Snaggletooth gets reelected, We are finished. We are finished. So remember, I tell everybody, call up your friends, call up everybody. If you're satisfied with what's going on in this city, with the homeless, with the crime situation, with people defecating on the streets, vote for Hochul. Vote for Hochul. But if you want to try to make a change and you want to turn this around, there's only one choice, and that's Lee Zeldin. But also, when you're in that voting booth, you've got to look, I am not a Republican, nor am I a Democrat. I tried to run as a Democrat as the mayor, and then Big Bird de Blasio, lying piece of garbage, he threw me off the... It was funny. How come Bo Dietl was thrown off the ballot? That was de Blasio and his general counsel and 2 lawyers. He was there in my courtroom when I tried to get on the ballot. He was afraid of one person. You know why? He was afraid of me because I'd go, he's 6'5", 8, 9, 10. I'd jump up and slap him right in his face because I don't like him. He's a criminal. And his wife stole $1 billion. Operation Thrive. Whatever happened to that, Charlene? Where's the $1 billion? Nobody cares. If it was a Republican, they're trying to indict Trump now because he said his property was worth a little bit more. How about indicting people pay for play? Directly with Hochul, pay for play. How about Vernado, my friend over there, Steve Roth? I know you're going to get mad at me, Steve, but you want to know something? We need 7 buildings on the west side like I need herpes. You know what I mean? We can't even fill up the buildings we got now. Oh, you got $1 billion tax abatement. Oh, okay. How much did you give to Hochul? Come on, Steve. How much did you give to Hochul? This is ridiculous. I'm sorry for getting so upset. Now, we have another one. My daughter and my grandson in this Liverpool, there's this new Broadway show. My 6-year-old grandson is on Broadway. He's got a part there. The only thing that scares me, they live over there by 34th Street. Then I find out they got a shelter over there on 30th Street and 1st Avenue. All you got is vagrants, migrants, released ex-cons, sex offenders. This is going to be the biggest bloodbath that we've ever had over there at this shelter, and nobody cares about it. There's nobody that cares about it. All I know is one thing. We have, right now, one direction. We've got to get everyone coordinated. And don't listen to those stupid commercials. Yeah, Snaggletooth raised $34 million, and all they do is run them same lying commercials. All they want to do is show Lee Zeldin with Donald Trump. All they want to do is show 5 cops were killed. Name the cops. Please name the cops, Hochul. You're a liar, and I'd call you a liar to your face. 5 cops were killed? Well, please tell me the names. You can't, Snaggletooth. Maybe your tooth will fall out and your eyebrows will go higher. I don't like you. I don't like what you're doing to my state. And you're a liar. And you're a corruption valid person. You show me what happened with this no-bid contract there, Hochul. And there's a lot of other ones. And you show me how much money you got for the tax abatements on the west side for 7 new buildings. Corruption, pay for play. Just like de Blasio with his pay for play. He was down on the east side there by the seaport. He didn't want to put buildings in. All of a sudden, he mysteriously shows up. He ends leaving with a suitcase. And they're building buildings all over the place now because de Blasio still has his hands in the dirt. In the dirt. We had a very good thing there the other day in Staten Island. My compliments to Lee Zeldin again, Malatakis. They had a rally for these cop-killing scumbags. And about 30-something of them have been released. When I came on the police department back in the 1970, I remember one thing. One year we had 13 cops killed, then we had 11 cops killed. This is by the BLA, the Black Liberation Army. They weren't just shooting them. There was one cop that was laying on the ground. They had shot him, and then the cop was begging for his life. He says, I got 2 children, as the guy unloaded his gun into his private parts and assassinated him on the street. These scumbags are out. They're out. They're out of jail. But yet, my Sonny Frances, they let him out of jail when he was 99 years old. He got 1 year to live, and him, they wouldn't let out of jail. All the Italian wise guys, they keep in jail until they ferment or they die in jail. But murderers, cop killers, they let them right out. I don't understand this. Where is the sense here? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, we also have to talk about something that's very, very, very important. And what's very, very important is this new thing with these lithium batteries. Oh, we got to all have batteries in our car. We have to have a battery in our vibrator. We have to have new lithium battery. Be careful. They're exploding. They don't even know what the hell they're doing. Now they all want us to get an electric car. They tell me in my Mercedes dealership, Bo, you're going to get an electric car? I said, stick the plug up your butt. I want to put gas in my car. What happens if there's a power outage and you can't plug your car in? What are you going to do, pal? At least I could go with a gallon of gasoline, put it in. But if you got a battery, what you going to do, big boy, if there's no power? Anybody ever think about that? And that's what's going on right now. And on top of it, we're talking about different things here today. And all of a sudden, my beautiful state of Illinois is a great state. Even though you have Chicago, the murder capital of the world, all of a sudden now they want to pass a no cash bail law. And they want to do that movie. I remember that movie, Purge. Scary movie. They gave one night a week where you could go out, you could rob, kill, do whatever you want to do one night a year. And that was the movie called Purge. And I'm smiling and laughing, but you know what? It ain't that far-fetched, because if they pass this no cash bail law over there in Illinois, we might have Purge coming closer than we think. And, it just keeps going on. I'm sorry to rant like this, but, right now we're falling behind on every aspect of New York City on these deadly delays. The response calls are getting longer and longer. We're losing cops. Now all of a sudden they want to defund the police department. You show me the reason how you could defund the police department when you have 50% increase in crime on the subway. Now I'm looking around with this UN where we're guarding all these phony elitist fools from all over the world. You garbage can. Oh, I'm Count Monte Cristo. Kiss my butt. Go eat at a Frankfurter stand. Stay out of my damn restaurants. All I say is this. I don't want to kiss their butts. If they want to come to New York, let them do like everybody else. Let them jump in an Uber. I don't need 15 motorcycle cops following these idiots around. And God knows, the guy who shakes hands, my president, with make-believe people, is over at the Four Seasons Hotel. Oh, I guess this is a breach of security. Breach of security? There were 2 helicopters in the air. I was in traffic for an hour on Madison Avenue watching this fool. They closed the street down for 45 minutes before this fool came in there. Then they brought him into the Four Seasons. They must have given him a little hot milk, and then he went to sleep, and then he was drooling on himself. Now he's going to make an appearance. If he doesn't read, I tell you what, I'd love the teleprompter to go out on Joe Biden in the United Nations. Let him wing it. Imagine Joe Biden winging a speech. Oh, that would be funny. But going back to the first responders, all the reports, ambulances, police response, everything's down. Now they want to defund the police department. And I'm going to tell you something. This is ludicrous. But there's good news in there for little guys. Here's the good news. They've come out now. $150,000, you could grow 3 inches. They break your leg in half. It only takes a year of you surviving. I'm only 5'8", 8, 9, 10, 11. I could be 8, 9, 10, 11. I could be 5'11". I'm going to break my friggin' legs, and I'm going to grow 3 inches. I'd like to put 3 inches someplace else, but people are actually doing this. Growing 3 inches, breaking your fibula, your tibia, your dibia, and all that stuff. This is crazy. This is all we got to worry about. I'm worried, and the big worry I have, and I'm being very serious now, I'm very worried about Putin. I'm very worried about him losing over there in Ukraine, and I'm very worried about him possibly using conventional nuclear weapons because he's taking such a beating over there. I heard my friend from China over there, the authority on China, and he made a statement with Sid on the show about within the next 5 years we're going to be at war with China. That's pretty scary as far as I'm concerned. But most of all, I'm concerned with what we can control. And what we can control today is New York State. We could control the crime problem if we get rid of Snagglepuss, Hochul, and Empress Ming. Do not believe her commercials. Her commercials are damn out-and-out lies. So we have to band together, call up who you know, make friends with your liberal friends and say, ask them the question I asked my liberal friend. What would you do if your daughter, Your 25-year-old daughter was a victim of a rape, and guess what? The guy got out after 10 times being arrested for rape and robbery. How would you feel? Because you know what? It's coming to your doorstep if you elect this Hochul. You got to elect Lee Zeldin, and you got to elect every legislature in New York State that is a Republican. We have to turn the tide. Remember, everybody, God bless this city. God bless America. Anybody has any problems, you always can reach out to me. I got that site, the greatest site, investigationswithans.com, or you can call my office, 212-557-3334. Bo Dietl and Company are there. We've been in business 38 years. We're here to serve you. Security, know who you're dealing with if you're a corporate guy. Know if the guy's a creep, if he's a thief. We do some really good due diligence. Remember, Bo Dietl Associates, investigationswithans.com. Thank you for being with me this week. We'll talk to you not next week, 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Hello, folks. Larry Kudlow here. Pay attention, because China is leading the largest anti-American alliance since World War II. One that's already dumped U.S. bonds, grabbed 43 million acres of our farmland, and is plotting to dethrone the dollar. That's why IRA and 401k savers are protecting their savings with gold. Please go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908 for your free gold guide on how to protect your wealth with gold 100% tax-free.